welcome to another edition of the Bastard Review. This week I'm looking at ECW's Enter the Sandman. This event took place May 13th, 1995 in the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We start off the night with Tony the Hitman Stetson taking on Hack Myers. This match really didn't do anything for me. The crowd obviously likes Hack Myers, but I don't see his worth. Tony Stetson does a decent job of riling the crowd, but he hardly gets any offense. This is a short match, thankfully. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. The next match was Taz and 911 taking on the Oriental Connection, who was made up of Tetsubo Genjin and Hiroyoshi Akuda. I hope I said those names right. They were part of a talent exchange that Paul Heyman brought over from Japan. I don't remember which promotion it was from over there, but this wasn't a good match. It was very one-sided. I believe this was their last match before they went back to Japan, and they must not have impressed very many people during their stay here. Thankfully, it was another short match. I'm giving this another 3 out of 10. After that, Joey Styles interviews Axel Rotten about the difference between Florida versus Philly fans. Then Ian attacks his brother, and suddenly we have a match. I'm not going to go into detail about this one. By now, you should know what an Ian versus Axel match encompasses. Brutal and bloody. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I'm going to take a few seconds to talk about Philly fans. I have to say, ECW fans are probably some of the ugliest people you'll ever come across. I don't know if it's just because they're in Philly, or if people all over the world are this ugly, but some of them are really hard to look at. And I'm not much to look at, and I'm also from New Jersey, but damn, some of these people fell from the ugly tree and hit every branch. The next match is kind of complicated. It starts off with Raven and Stevie Richards coming down. They're going to face off against Tommy Dreamer and Mikey Whipwreck. But then Shane Douglas comes down and introduces Bill Alfonso as the new referee, and he says he's going to bring law and order to the Law and Orderless ECW. The match itself is really good. I'm a little apprehensive about the ending because a lot happens, but there's no clear finish. But still, it's pretty exciting, and it opens up some new possibilities for the future. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. The next match is Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero for the ECW TV title. This was a really great match. I highly recommend watching it if you can find it. I'd say my one gripe is that it goes the 30 minutes, so they cut out portions of the match. I think they should have shown the whole match and cut out some of the stuff that was unnecessary, like the first 2 matches. Eddie and Dean always put on a good show. This was probably match of the night for me. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. This match was also kind of special because on commentary with Joey Styles, you had Peter Cernercha, who is also known as Taz. After that, they introduce him formally, and then they have a vignette for him. This was part of repackaging Taz as someone to take a little more seriously. Up until now, he had been not really a cartoon character, but his Tasmaniac character wasn't as serious as he would become years. Next up is Cactus Jack taking on Sandman in the ECW World Heavyweight title. This was an okay match. I've never been a fan of Sandman. I do like Cactus Jack and Mick Foley in all of his incarnations. I probably mentioned that before. This match had a pretty decent history. It had been building up for a couple months, and maybe it would have felt more special or more like a title match if I had seen the build-up, but I had just read about it, so it didn't really feel like a title match to me. But things improved when Shane Douglas come down and cost Cactus Jack the win. And they don't show it on camera, but Shane and his lawyers argue that since the last time he faced Sandman and lost, Sandman's shoulders were down, so he was technically submitting, and Shane felt that he deserved a chance at retaining the title. And the Sandman, being the Sandman, decided not to step down and agreed to face Shane. This match was pretty good. I think it was better than Cactus Jack going against Sandman. The ending was crazy. I mean, Cactus Jack comes back out and throws Shane's leg off the ropes, and everybody thinks Sandman has won. And then Bill Alfonso comes out and says, no, no, no. His foot was on the ropes, and Cactus Jack took it off, and the match is going to go on until we have a clear-cut winner. And the Sandman threatens to hit Bill Alfonso, but earlier in the night, Bill Alfonso said that if anybody touches him, he's going to shut ECW down, and it's going to be the end of ECW. So the Sandman threatens to hit him with the cane. Cactus Jack gets into the ring just as the Sandman's going towards him and takes the hit instead. Then Shane Douglas grabs Sandman and rolls him up into a schoolboy, and Bill Alfonso makes the count and declares Shane Douglas the winner. He goes to give Shane the belt, and the other referee, the official referee, pulls it out of Alfonso's hands and says that Sandman is the winner. He gives the title to Sandman, and they make their exit. Cactus Jack comes into the ring and starts having words with Shane Douglas, and then Shane's cohort Dean Malenko comes out and attacks Cactus Jack. Tommy Dreamer comes out and attacks Dean Malenko, and then Raven and Stevie Richards come out and attack Tommy Dreamer. And then Raven's in the ring afterwards and doing his Nevermore thing. This was a good set of matches. I mean, everything made sense, and it was all pretty exciting. I mean, I hadn't watched anything this build-up, and yet it drew me in. By the end, I was really impressed. I had really enjoyed this match. I'm going to give both matches combined an 8 out of 10. The final match of the night is the Pitbulls taking on Public Enemy in a double dog collar match for the ECW World Tag Team titles. This was an okay match. It didn't really feel like a main event. They'd already used the dog collars a year before against the Bad Breed, and it's really not a stipulation that interests me despite it fitting in with the Pitbulls. I'm especially disappointed with the ending. I don't think it works, and it's kind of like, didn't we just see this in the last match? Anyway, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Afterwards, there's some more convoluted storyline with Stevie Richards getting 5 minutes with the Public Enemy if Public Enemy win, and Raven comes out, and then Tommy Dreamer comes out again, Beulah McGillicuddy comes out again, and Lucha Vachon comes out with Tommy Dreamer or something. It's just not really a good way to end the show in my eyes. Overall, ECW Enter the Sandman is another average ECW show. There's some really good stuff on here that you should check out, and there's some stuff on here that you will just want to skip through. It's definitely worth owning if you're a compilist, but if you're just an average wrestling fan, I would probably try to seek out the individual matches. So I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. If you'd like links to where you can pick this up, again, shoot me an email, and I will be glad to supply them. Thank you for listening, and please tune in again when I review another wrestling DVD or anything else that crosses my path. Thank you.